Okay, so today we're going to learn and talk about how to build your dream team. Now, if you don't have your dream team built already, it's okay. A lot of people go through that and they learn by trial and error why it's so important to have your dream team. If you want to flip houses, whether you're wholesaling houses for quick cash or just flipping them, it doesn't matter. Your dream team is so important. So I'm going to give you the top 6 people you want on your team. These are people that you can pick up and call, bounce a question off of as you're in the deal process. They're also people that are very handy to have as your long-term dream team. Okay, so we're going to talk about these top 6. Let's start with number 1. And that is an investor-friendly realtor. Now, you don't have to have the best relationship with them, but you want realtors on your team, and maybe multiple realtors on your team for several reasons. One, depending on your exit strategy, they can be a very hot source of leads from the MLS when you pinpoint exactly which leads that you're after on the MLS, and they can send them to you daily as long as you qualify the lead and tell them exactly what you need at first. The other reason they're pretty important is because when you're looking at deals and you just can't quite pinpoint the ARV or the after repair value on a property, you can just send them a quick email and say, hey, listen, I'm checking out this house. I need you to work with me on this. I can't quite get value on this. Tell me if it was all the way fixed up, it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square foot house over in this neighborhood, what do you think it would sell for? And that's the number you need to back your numbers out when you're making the offers, okay? So now if you'll see under the bottom here, it talks about investor friendly. And the reason that's so important is because there's power brokers out there and wannabe power brokers out there that are all about the deal. And they don't want to be bothered with knick-knack questions from investors and a this and a that. What they want is a listing and a buyer, and they want to generate as many commissions as they can, kind of like a machine. And that's okay. It works well for them. You want a realtor who can work with you and be available to you, and who is really more of a savvy side for investors and has time for investors and probably already works with many investors in your area. They'll understand where you're coming from, how your profit potential needs to be in work, and so they're pretty important to have on your team. If you don't have an investor-friendly realtor, there's several ways to do it. You can look up foreclosures in your area, and you generally, the agents who have the listings on those are more than likely investor-friendly realtors. You can actually start networking with other real estate investors in your area and ask them who they would recommend or use if they were going to use a realtor in the area. And by the way, that's the best way to get a good, qualified, investor-friendly realtor in your area, is just to talk to other local investors in your market. Now, mind you, it's good to network with them. It's good to get to know who's who. But you don't want to share too tight of ideas, okay? They're not going to give you their secrets of how they find deals. You're not going to give them their secrets, but it's good to have a good mix together. Maybe you can help each other on deals down the line with different things, but get to know each other. And they can also help you build the next 5 people on your dream team, or at least give you a recommendation, and you can feel if it's a good fit for you, okay? So dream team number 2, the second person that's really important on your team, is an investor-friendly attorney. Why that's important is I don't close any deals without a real estate attorney. Now, it's normal in different areas of the country to just have a title company close your deals. You can do that. That's okay. You can have a title company do that. I like to have an attorney represent me when I'm buying properties, because they're looking out after your best behalf. Now, there's attorneys that specialize in all kinds of things under the sun, but what you're looking for is a real estate attorney that is got the mindset to help and work with you as an investor, okay? And you can find some of these by just calling local realtors, networking with local realtors, or again, the best way in your area is to talk with local real estate investors, and they'll be happy to give you these kind of recommendations. And so again, this is another person you want on your team, and you can probably get the lead. The best way, in my opinion, to get the lead is to talk to other real estate investors. If you don't know any, just go on a Craigslist. You'll see the We Buy Houses. You'll see fixer-upper specials, and they have their email and contact. So contact them, introduce yourself, and let them know you're doing deals in the area, and you just wanted to know if you could give them a quick call. They'll do that, believe me. Dream team number 3, participant number 3, is a closing agent. Now, every area in the country is going to need a closing agent or a title company. Like I say, depending on where you're located, what state, what county, a lot of you will close deals and just take the contracts right to your closing agent, and they'll close the deal for you, and you don't use attorneys. That's okay. I'm just saying my preference is, even when I give the paperwork to a closing agent, I always like to have an attorney on my side to close the deals, just to make sure that all the I's are dotted and all the T's are crossed, and that my best interest in the real estate deal is protected. It'll cost you $300 to $500 each deal, but it's well worth it when things go wrong, okay? So a closing agent is important. Now, there's title companies in your area, depending on how big you are. There's all kinds of title companies. Again, this is really important. You want an investor-friendly title company. There's all kinds of title companies, and most of them like to work with quick volume, like realtors will bring them. Straightforward, here's a contract, the buyer's getting a loan from a bank, there's nothing, everything's straightforward. But you want to deal with title companies and closing agents that are normal working with investors. So if you're just going to wholesale a deal and you're assigning your paperwork, perfect. You want a closing agent that has done those deals for lots and lots of years, understands them, and knows how to put them together quickly. If you're doing a simultaneous close or a double close, you want to work with agents who have done this in the past. You don't want to have to go into a title company and train a new title company or closing agent how to do these deals, okay? Now, some of them know how to do it. They just don't want to because it's not conventional. So you're not looking for a conventional closing agent or title company. You're looking for an investor-friendly. Get on the phone. I've given you the top 3 right there. This will give you, you can do this in an hour. Get your realtor, get your attorney, get your closing agent or your title company, and you can do this by picking up the phone. These top 3 people right here, you can get by just calling on Craigslist, the We Buy Houses guys, or the you'll see ads of them selling houses, great fixer-upper, cheap, cash, close quick, those kind of people. That's who you want to contact. Get to know them, know who they are, ask them for a referral. You will get, all your legwork's already been done for you. So don't create a new wheel. Let them just give you the recommendation. It'll save you so much time, okay? So these are the top 3 power people you want on your team. Now the bottom are just as important. And so let's talk about number 4. The 4th person that's really important is a contractor. Now, there's no such thing really as an investor-friendly contractor, but you want a reliable contractor. Someone that, if you're going to do a fix and flip, or maybe you're wholesaling a house and you're going to do a double closing, but your buyer said, hey, listen, I'm really uncomfortable with that railing. It looks like it's rotted and it's going to fall off on me before I even close on the house. Can you fix it? Okay, so you have a contractor go, and for $100 or $50 or whatever, you just pay him to fix it, and you pay him at closing. That's fine, okay? But more importantly, why you want a contractor on your dream team is because when you're looking at properties, whether you're doing a fix and flip or whether you're actually just doing a wholesaling and assigning your contract or doing a double closing, you need to know what the repairs are going to cost. So if you're looking at a $100,000 property and you know you're going to use your formula, of course, and back out what your offer is, one of those things in your formula is how much repairs is it going to cost to put it in tip-top condition. So if it's going to need carpet and paint and maybe a new cabinet or vanity in the bathroom, and you need a couple miscellaneous carpentry things, and you don't know how much that will cost, number 1, you can guesstimate, and that usually works just fine. If you need to pinpoint a little further, have your contractor come in. If it's a deal you're not going to use them because you're going to wholesale it and you're not going to use them, tell them, listen, if I don't use your, or actually go through with the renovation on this house, I'll go ahead and pay you $25 or $50 when I sell it, just for coming out, giving me a quick workup on what you think this will cost, okay? So contractor's pretty good. Now, you don't want to take advantage of them, because if you have them come out to a couple houses and they never get any money, whether it's $25 or $50 for writing up an estimate for you, or if they're getting some work from you on a fix and flip, if they're not compensated in some way, they're not going to come back. So make sure you take care of them when you find a good one, okay? Dream team number 5 is a money lender. I'm not talking about a bank. I'm not talking about a mortgage broker. I'm talking about unconventional money. The top 2 unconventional money sources that are used, and we've used lots in the past, are two things. One is a private money lender, and that's just an individual like you and me who has money that they've pulled out of the stock market because they've got bad returns, or they've just gotten a CD in the bank and it's earning them 0.5%. They're not making any money. They can actually either give you a first mortgage on the house or just be a second mortgage on a house when you're doing the deal. You can pay them interest on their money monthly, or you can do it when the property is sold. You can write up your agreement that way. Therefore, you have no carrying costs with the note as you go forward. But they're really important, and you can give them a very good return on their money, but you're not partnering with them on the deal. You keep title, you keep 100% of the profits, and you pay them an interest rate that is acceptable to both of you, okay? So those are great to have, and it's good to have just a handful of those, because sometimes you'll want to do a fix and flip because you can make so much more money, but you may not want to run down to the bank. Even if you qualify for a loan, you may not want to go down to a commercial banker and say, hey, listen, I need to close in 3 days. Can you whip this up for me real quick? Private money, you can close, pull the title work, you can close in a day. It happens very fast. So if you've got a deal, having private money lender on your team, like I say, it's just an individual like you and me who has money that they would lend and as a lien holder on the property, okay? Now, same way is a hard money lender. Now, these are more commercialized. They're more of kind of like a bank outfit, and the difference is hard money lenders usually tell you this is our rate. So they may say, hey, listen, if you're going to bring this $100,000 house to us, the most we're going to lend you on this property is $65,000, and we're going to charge you 3 points up front, which is 3% of the loan, and 18% interest until it's paid off. So some people get scared about that, and they say, oh my goodness, how could you pay so much interest on that? Believe me, I've done it for over the years many, many times. And as long as there's a huge profit in the deal, don't get tripped over how much interest you're paying someone if you're getting the deal done, okay? So if you can get money cheaper, always get money cheaper. And by the way, private money, you can sometimes get at 5 and 6% with no points, and you can negotiate the terms on that. But if you don't have private individuals that can loan money, that's okay. Look for your hard money lender in your area, and the only thing that your job has to be is to get deals well below value. So if you're buying that $100,000 house for $50,000 and you need $10,000 in fix up, and the hard money lender says we'll loan you the most $60,000, you're covered because you've got your $50,000 for your purchase. They're going to give you $10,000 for your fix up, but you just want to make sure that you have enough money to stroke that note until a property sells, okay? And so it'd be good that if you don't have private money lenders right now, get on the phone and call around town. You can also ask your private or your real estate investor friends that you've met around town who they would recommend for both private money. They probably won't tell you that, but they will tell you who the hard money lenders are that they've worked with in the past, okay? So that is so important. And number 6 is, I feel, just as important, probably the most important as any of them, is a mentor. You want to talk to someone who has already accomplished what you want to accomplish, not someone who's talking in theory or wrote a book about something they heard or read or saw. You want to be mentored by someone who's already done what it is you want to accomplish. So if you want to wholesale houses for quick cash, you want to talk with someone who's wholesaled with quick cash. Let them coach you and mentor you every week and give you action steps to go forward, okay? If you want to flip houses and fix and flip for bigger profits, you want to talk with someone who's done that. You just don't want to talk with someone and bounce an idea off of them. You want to be one-on-one with them, and so that they can give you answers to all the questions that you have going forward, as well as be your mentor to get you motivated each and every week to accomplish your action steps, because every time you accomplish your action steps, you're that much closer to your goal. So if you don't have a mentor, it doesn't matter if you call Brock at flippinghouses.live.com or you're using someone else on the internet or someone local, get a mentor. A mentor is going to take you to the next level and put you where you want to be in profit mode. So I hope you found good value in building your dream team. If you haven't built your dream team yet, this is your list. I've told you how to do it. Now go out and do it and flip some houses. I'll see you next time.